Loneliness is something everybody understands, yet very few know how to survive, and even fewer know how to grow from it. But you're here today because something in you knows it's time to rise. It's time to stop falling apart every time someone walks away. It's time to build a life so strong, so grounded, so complete within yourself that no departure can destroy you again. Today, we're going to take this journey together, slowly, deeply, honestly. I'm going to talk to you like a friend would. A friend who has seen life. A friend who has fallen and gotten back up. A friend who knows what it feels like to give your heart to people who didn't know how to hold it. And by the time we're done, you will not only understand how to survive alone, you'll learn how to stand, how to grow, how to heal, and how to become dangerous in the best possible way, because you'll no longer fear being alone. You'll understand that you are the home you've been trying to find in others. So let's begin. When people leave, the silence that hurts. There's a moment after someone leaves, whether it's a friend, a partner, a family member, or simply someone you thought would stay longer. There's a moment right after that departure where everything feels suspended. It's like the world keeps moving but you don't. You're breathing but you feel empty. People are around you, but you feel alone. Food loses its taste. Time feels heavy. Your thoughts get loud. Your heart grows quiet. And maybe you ask yourself questions like, why wasn't I enough? What did I do wrong? Why do people always leave me? Why does this hurt so much? These questions don't make you weak. They make you human. But here is the truth I need you to hear. Most of the time, people don't leave because of your worth. They leave because of their own limits. Listen to that again with your soul. People leave because they are afraid. They are confused. They are broken. They have growing to do. They don't know how to stay. They don't know how to love. They don't know how to appreciate what they have. And sometimes they leave because they were simply never meant to stay. But when you tie your self-worth to someone else's presence, you give them power over your peace, and you abandon yourself the moment they abandon you. You deserve better than that. Listen carefully. Loneliness is painful, but loneliness is also a mirror. It shows you the parts of yourself you've been ignoring while you were busy holding on to others. Some people leave not to hurt you, but to introduce you to yourself. The first step to surviving alone. Stop chasing closure. One of the biggest mistakes we make after people walk away is believing we need answers. We think if they explained why they left, if they apologized, if they admitted they were wrong, if they acknowledged the pain they caused, then maybe we could finally move on. But here's the harsh truth. Most of the time, the closure you're waiting for will never come. Not because you don't deserve it, you do. But because some people don't know how to give closure. Some people can't face what they've done. Some people are not emotionally mature enough to explain themselves. And some people don't know how to be honest. Not even with themselves. Waiting for closure is like waiting for a ship at the airport. It's never coming. The closure you need is not a sentence from someone who left. It's a decision you make within yourself. You don't move on when they come back with answers. You move on when you decide their silence is answer enough. Closure is accepting that the chapter is over, even if the ending wasn't pretty, even if the goodbye wasn't clear. Because sometimes, the apology you deserve will never be spoken. But your healing doesn't depend on their apology. Your healing begins the moment you say, enough. I'm done hurting myself trying to understand why someone couldn't value me. Learning to be alone without feeling lonely. There is a difference between being alone and being lonely. Being alone is a state. Being lonely is a feeling. And feelings can be changed. One of the most powerful skills you'll ever master in life is learning how to enjoy your own company. To sit alone and not feel the need to run to someone. To breathe, think, and be with yourself without panic. Because when you learn to be at home with yourself, nobody can threaten your peace again. Let me tell you something that will change your life. The most dangerous person in the world is the one who can stand alone and still be whole. People respect you differently when your peace doesn't depend on them. They treat you differently when they know you don't need them to complete you. You choose differently when you're not making decisions from desperation or loneliness. When you stop fearing solitude, you rise to a higher version of yourself. How to rebuild yourself after being left behind. There comes a point after someone's absence when the shock fades. The denial fades, and reality settles in. It's in that quiet moment you realize they are not coming back. And this is where the rebuilding begins. Healing doesn't start when you stop hurting. Healing starts when you decide you deserve better than staying broken. But let me be honest with you. Rebuilding yourself after someone leaves is messy. It's confusing. It's slow. Some days you feel strong, and the next day you feel shattered again. That doesn't mean you're failing. That means you're human. So let me guide you through the rebuilding process step by step. 1. Accept the truth without sugarcoating it. Pretending you don't care makes the pain heavier. Letting yourself feel makes the pain lighter. Say it plainly. They left. It hurt. But I'm still here. And being here means you have a future. 2. Stop replaying the memories that hurt you. There is no future in the past. Your mind will try to take you back to the moments that made you smile. The words they said, the promises they made. But memories are dangerous when they blind you to reality. You're not losing what you had. You're losing what you created in your imagination. Let it go. 3. Reclaim all the energy you poured into them. Think about how much of yourself you gave. Your attention, your thoughts, your emotions. Now imagine what happens when all of that energy is redirected back to you. You become unstoppable. Set new standards for your life. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone deserves your softness, your heart, your effort. Start choosing people based on how they treat you consistently, not based on how you wish they would. 5. Rebuild your routine. When someone leaves, your life loses structure. You lose rhythm. You lose balance. So start small. Fix your sleep. Eat properly. Walk outside. Clean your space. Take a long shower. Read something meaningful. Do something creative. These small actions don't seem powerful, but they are the building blocks of a new you. You rebuild your life one small decision at a time. How to become emotionally independent. Let me tell you something many people never learn. You heal faster when you stop expecting others to repair what they didn't break. Emotional independence is not about disconnecting from people. It's about connecting to yourself first. Here are the foundations. 1. Don't let your mood depend on people's presence. The right people will add to your happiness, not be the source of it. 2. Learn to calm yourself instead of waiting for someone to comfort you. Talk to yourself. Reassure yourself. Soothe yourself. Treat yourself like someone you love. 3. Build internal security. This means knowing that even if people walk away, you will not fall apart because your identity doesn't depend on who stays. When you are emotionally independent, you don't chase. You don't beg. You don't cling. You don't break. You stay steady because you finally understand that the person you can never lose is you. Finding your voice again. When you've spent too long trying to be understood, too long trying to be accepted, too long trying to be chosen, you eventually lose your own voice. And when people leave, what remains is a whisper inside you saying, "What about me? What do I want? What do I feel? What do I need?" This is the moment you reclaim yourself. Finding your voice again means saying what you think even if your voice shakes, choosing what's right for you without guilt, respecting your boundaries, giving yourself permission to evolve, asking for nothing you cannot give yourself, speaking to yourself with the same kindness you gave others. The greatest freedom in the world is the freedom to be yourself without fear. And loneliness, as painful as it is, gives you that freedom. Because when the noise fades, your real voice finally becomes loud enough to hear. The power of a solitary season. Everyone wants the blessing, but nobody wants the season that prepares them for the blessing. Solitude is not punishment. It is preparation. There are things you can only learn when you're alone. You learn your strength. You learn your patterns. You learn your triggers. You learn your real desires. You learn your values. You learn the difference between loneliness and peace. You learn how much noise you used to tolerate. You learn to breathe without someone else deciding the rhythm. And most importantly, you learn who you are when nobody is applauding or validating you. That is where true confidence is born. Solitude forces you to grow roots. Strong roots. Hidden roots. Roots nobody sees, but roots that make you unshakable. Some seasons of isolation are not meant to break you. They are meant to build you into someone who can no longer be destroyed by abandonment, betrayal, rejection, or disappointment. You're not being punished. You're being transformed. Strengthening your mind when you feel weak. There will be days when your chest feels heavy. Days when your thoughts spiral. Days when you wake up and everything inside you whispers, "I can't do this anymore. I'm tired. I feel alone." Those are the days when you must become your own warrior. Let's be honest, the mind is a battlefield. And when you're hurting, the mind becomes louder, darker, and even more convincing. It will feed you lies. You're not enough. You're forgotten. You're unlovable. You will always be alone. Nobody else hears these thoughts, but you know they hit like a punch to the soul. So let's talk about how to fight back. 1. Interrupt negative spirals immediately. The moment your mind starts running toward fear, don't follow it. Change your environment. Stand up. Walk outside. Drink water. Open a window. Change the lighting in the room. Shift your breathing. A small physical shift breaks the mental spiral. 2. Don't believe every thought you think. Your mind is powerful, but it is also dramatic. When you're hurting, it exaggerates pain. When you're lonely, it magnifies fear. When you're tired, it blows everything out of proportion. Learn to say, "That's a feeling, not a fact." "I'm overwhelmed, not worthless." "I'm hurting, but I'm healing." You're not your thoughts. You're the one listening to your thoughts. And that means you can redirect them. 3. Focus on what you can control. The past? You can't change it. People's choices? You can't control them. What they think about you? Not your business. But you can control how you respond, how you rebuild, how you treat yourself, how you think, how you grow, how you show up today. One of the quickest ways to feel strong again is to stop carrying what isn't yours to hold. 4. Use the pain as fuel, not poison. Some of the strongest people alive didn't become strong because life was kind to them. They became strong because life challenged them again and again, and they refused to give up. Your pain is either going to destroy you or refine you, and that choice belongs to you. Tell yourself, "I will not let this break me. I will not lose myself again. I will rise stronger than I've ever been. Strength doesn't show up all at once. It shows up in small moments where you choose not to fall apart. And every time you choose yourself, your mind learns a new level of endurance, becoming the strongest version of yourself. Let's talk about the version of you that is waiting on the other side of your loneliness. The version of you that will walk into rooms differently. The version of you that will stop shrinking. The version that doesn't chase, beg, or convince anyone to stay. That version of you is not born out of comfort. It is built in the lonely seasons. Here's how you become the strongest version of yourself. 1. Master your emotional triggers. Instead of reacting, you observe. Instead of taking everything personally, you analyze. Instead of letting someone else's mood control you, you stay grounded in yourself. People can't manipulate what you've mastered. 2. Stop needing validation. The strongest people don't seek approval. They seek growth. They don't ask, do they like me? They ask, do I respect myself? 3. Develop habits that support the life you want. Waking up early. Reading. Training your body. Praying. Journaling. Setting intentions. Feeding your mind with wisdom. Decluttering your environment. Small habits create massive transformations. 4. Build spiritual depth. You don't have to be religious to have spiritual strength. Spiritual strength is simply being connected to something bigger than your fears. Purpose, faith, meaning, alignment. People grounded spiritually do not collapse easily. They bend, but they don't break. 5. Hold yourself to higher standards. Not because you're trying to impress others, but because you know you were created for more than survival. Standards protect your peace. Boundaries protect your heart. Discipline protects your future. 6. Become someone you can rely on. When you stop depending on people to save you, you finally realize how powerful you truly are. The strongest version of you is patient, focused, self-respecting, purpose-driven, hard to manipulate, impossible to intimidate. Loneliness didn't break you. It introduced you to the person you were always meant to become. You are your own home. Now breathe. Gently. You made it to this point because nothing has defeated you. Not heartbreak, not loneliness, not disappointment, not the people who left. You are still here. You are still standing. You are still growing. And here is the truth I want to leave with you. You are your own home. You are your own safe place. You are your own anchor. You are your own strength. People may come and go, but you will always have yourself, and that is your greatest advantage. The day you stop fearing being alone, you become unstoppable. Because when you are whole within yourself, nobody can take anything from you that will destroy you. Learn to survive alone, and you will never walk into another relationship, friendship, or season of life from a place of need. You will walk in from a place of strength, and the world respects a person who knows their worth. So take this moment to say to yourself, I am enough. I am complete. I am growing. I am healing. I am stronger than what tried to break me. And I will build a life I am proud of, with or without anyone by my side. Your season of loneliness is not the end. It is the beginning of your becoming.